Hello, 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 everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. It's ladies' night at Casa de Don's.
The Casa de Don.
We're full and ready to read. So what do you guys want to know? Look at Kane in the background eating. I wish I could see Kane just having a plate behind us.
Client Casey says hello. Crystal S says hello. That's cute. Mia B, hey Don and ladies, she says.
Hey guys.
GP saying hello everyone.
All right.
Hello.
We ready. We ready.
Okay, folks, give us some questions out there. Make sure they're good ones. Remember, you are asking spirit and the universe a question. Don't say, "Will I have a good day tomorrow?" Come on, put it.
And it's Sunday. Like, come on, get the mojo ready for the week. It's going to be a great week.
The love readings.
Oh, praise the Lord. Praise him.
Bonnie's not here.
Exactly.
If you want love,
You can ask, but I'm the Grim Reaper. I'm just gonna bring my hook out and snatch all the love out your relationship. You bring it on. I'm just telling you what you gonna get. And I got a classic Rider-Waite. This is my favorite deck right here. Like a classic Rider-Waite. Oh,
Yeah, so
my
mine's
But Lovely says hi, beautiful ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Come on, y'all, with the questions. What's the problem? We ready. Look, we full. I done had a couple libations.
Nita B says, should I follow up with my work appeal or let it go? I just want my back pay.
follow it.
I immediately got a yes on the follow-up for Nita. I am surprised. Like my guys were shocked when you said appeal because we were like, you lost. Like that doesn't seem right. So I was very shocked with the appeal part. But I think yes, you should go for appeal. Is it just for money or is it to get your job back? I don't feel like you want to work there anymore. I feel like it's a little bit tainted. The atmosphere is a bit hostile for you. You don't want to be there anymore, but you do want everything that is deserving of you. I do think you should go for the appeal, but just for the money side of it and to expose all the things that were going wrong there. I got a 10 of cups, so that's a good thing for me. That's joy. That's that heart space. So I think it's going to be a yes if you go for it. So I think you most definitely should go for the appeal. So that's what I got.
I got a yes also to do the appeal. And like Angie said, to me, it's not about the work. It's more about the premise of it, I guess is the word. And like you said, it's just to get what is owed you, the back pay.
But I did get that 9 of Wands, so you are weary, you are tired of it, you are tired of the battle. You're just like, where is my help? Where are my guides? Where are the people who are supposed to support me and help me? It is coming. Oh yeah, I like that Queen of Cups.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that 6 of Swords. That's that transition.
Yeah.
You're in there. This 10 and this 9. This 9 says you're tired. This 10 says it's coming. And then all sharing cards are very good too.
So I've got the 6 of Swords, which is like the new journey, and then the 7 of
Yes.
Definitely.
and to keep going. Yeah.
Perseverance.
And then
as you were saying, it's sort of the principle of the whole matter, and you need justice, but you also need it for others that are
I don't
coming
want to get
behind you.
on making videos as my nose always damn fucked it.
Yeah, Nita B says, I'm tired of dealing. Yes, I did list though through arbitration, but found out we shouldn't never have went through arbitration. due for previous
Is
settlement.
there like something about an attorney? Like, do you need an attorney or
Well,
you
it sounds like a previous
have?
settlement, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds, yeah, exactly.
Like,
She says,
there's,
so now I can go to MSBP or district court, just feel like I have no help. Thanks, y'all, definitely resonates. Yes, it's the principle.
it's a principle.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Mhm.
Does she have an attorney?
I think that's where she's implying that she's at that point where she can go through the court system
Okay.
to do that.
Well, I'm getting cross your eyes and dot your T's.
I do that, I see that all for myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So make sure everything is exact and like read it and reread it and reread it until, because they're telling me read, this sign language for read. Like make sure it's all, exactly what word verbatim, like what you need. Because then there'll be a hang up.
I do feel like with the arbitration, she felt like she was being forced into it or
Yes.
pushed along, and she didn't really want to do it. But like this seemed like the next logical step, or she was advised that this was the next logical step, and it's just not really what she wanted to do. She wanted her day in court. She wanted to be heard and to get her just dues, and she doesn't feel like arbitration gave her that.
She says, yes, I need an attorney. The one I had turned out.
Yes.
The one I had turned out to be working for them.
Them.
Yes.
And I thought
Yes.
she was, and she said, and I thought she was good.
Okay. Thank you for validating that for me.
And
Because
so
I
she
was
says
like,
yes. She
there's
said
a
yes.
problem that there was with the attorney.
Yes, that's exactly, she said that's exactly what happened.
And when you have somebody like that and you bring that up to the court, they're gonna look at that company and say, you mean you basically tampered with a witness.
Yeah,
Is that
you
right?
feel advised.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah, trying to get,
Oh
not for them, she wasn't doing them any due diligence or need to be any due diligence. She was doing it for her own company that she worked for.
I am hearing the song. I think it's the Winans or CC Winans or somebody with "It'll Be All Over in the Morning." Like I feel like that's one of those perseverance songs, like where you're struggling now, but it'll be all over in the morning. When the morning comes,
Right.
that could be a long time, but I feel like that's your solace, that's your peace to say it's coming. Don't give up on it. And I don't know if that's a song that you like or if that's a group that you like, but you might want to listen to that because I feel like the words will help you, to carry on to the next step. You seem a little weary, like distrustful of people who are supposed to help you. And so right now you don't really know which way to go. And then you kind of feel like your higher power didn't really wasn't there for you in the way that that they should have been there for you, because you're like, how could this happen? Especially when you right, when you know that you did everything the right way, and then this was a backhanded thing that happened for you. I see the 7 of Swords, and you feel really, really betrayed by the situation. But again, I feel like that 10 of Swords is coming. Again, you're just tired right now, but you'll persevere through it. December, there'll be like a small victory for you. I feel like December, it'll take you through December, because if you have to do the appeal, it's going to take a while, correct? To get all the paperwork, get your court dates. So I feel like you'll get some kind of leeway in December. But I feel like a new job is coming. It won't be with that company. I do feel like something new is coming for you, just in a whole nother office, a whole other environment, just to get you back in the flow of making money. And out of that environment, I'm getting very much an Ace of Wands. So be open to looking for a new job. Like really get yourself out there, and you'll find something soon.
So I think as people that we automatically they have a title of a doctor or they have a title of a lawyer. So we just automatically put our trust in that because they're the experts. But question things, advocate for yourself. If you don't understand it, don't sit there and allow them to make you feel intimidated by they're like, well, I'm the doctor. I've told doctors, I don't care that you're the doctor. This is my body. So do the same thing with law. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but I have every right to ask every damn question I need to ask just so I can understand it. And I'll tell them, dumb it down for me. Dumb it down for me. Like, talk to me like I'm a toddler if you have to. So I think that's the best thing that I can ever tell somebody is advocate for yourself. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because if you don't, then you're not ever going to know, or you're going to wonder, like, did they do that correctly? And we do as society, we just automatically trust those that are quote in authority. So
Kay says, I passed the course, like you guys said, the first part was free. Thank you to Kay, congratulations.
Oh, that's
That's-
great.
yeah.
And then, Pamela says she's going through some rough times right now, so if you all give her just some idea of what's.
Pamela,
Pamela,
okay.
the one who always does
Oh,
the-
yeah.
the-
It's her energy is immediately heavy. She has a lot of
Yeah.
family issues that are immediately heavy,
Yes.
that are weighing on her. She really tries to stay positive.
Yeah.
Like I see all of her posts and I see all of that. She really, really, really does try to stay.
Mhm.
But it feels like a lot of attack, or she feels like the family is under a lot of attack. Oh yeah. Eight of Cups is walking away. Oh, maybe you need to drop some people.
this is
drop
like a
some
new
people.
journey. Like I got the Fool, which is
Yeah.
the beginning. So it's a new journey, a new start. I get 8 of Cups in reversed, like let go of the people.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
We can't sing
Have somebody who
copyright.
can sing it.
Exactly.
But just walk away from the drama. I mean, that's the solace, that's the peace.
But I get her like bent over, carrying the weight of
Of
the
the
world
world.
on her back, like she's carrying the whole family on her back, and she's trying to be positive, and she really does need to step back
Yeah.
and worry about herself for a while. These are all adults.
Well,
You
and look, if
can't
you look
make
at
them.
Sherry's card there, the
Yeah.
third card is the alignment card, and she's out of alignment
Very
because
much so.
Yep.
these people are out of alignment with what's good for her.
Yeah.
Yep,
So her
absolutely.
carrying them is very problematic in her long-term health and goals because they're not aligned with her, and so they're going to mess with her sway.
Yeah, she's very much emotional. I don't even know why. I'm surprised the King of Cups didn't come out reverse, because she's very much in her emotions. She's not in control of them. She's connected to them. They show me little strings that go out to each person, but these seem to be adults who should be able to navigate their own world. So you shouldn't have to carry all of that by yourself. You need to step back and say, hey, well, that's your problem. That's your issue. That's your thing. You need to carry it. I can't give everybody a solution. This is my set of problems that I have to deal with. And she's spreading herself too thin, like she's unraveling because she's trying to take care of everybody. So that's what I got.
And the cards I pulled were listening, study, and ideas and inspiration. So basically, don't focus on everybody else's stuff, but you need to listen for yourself. You need to study for yourself, and your ideas and inspiration will help others, but you need to do for yourself more than you need to do for others. They do for themselves. You can give advice, but that's it. What do you guys always say is give grace, but not at the expense of your sanity.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Another Kina-ism who don't want to be online. I'm just
So
saying.
when you were talking about the weight of the world, I was seeing Atlas, the statue where they're holding the world like this. So again, I confirm that.
When Julie put
Yeah.
out the listening card, one of her cards, I got that she can't hear because she's got so many, she's trying to take on everybody else's problems, and they're drowning out the natural connection that she would have with her higher power. Like even if you're praying, you can't hear what they're telling you to do because you have all this other chaos
The
going around,
murmuring.
and you need to kind of move back and allow yourself to hear what is actually being said. Like praying is you talking to God, meditating is you receiving, and she's not receiving because she has too many other things that she's doing, so she can't even get the direction as to what she needs to do. The direction is right there. It's like there's literally this way, this way, this way, this way, telling her what to do, but she can't see it, she can't hear it, she can't feel it because she's so disconnected. It's like it's her, then it's this whole trail of people and their problems, and then spirit. And so there's all this block in between that you can't get to. And they're saying that this is your time for healing. This is your time to make moves on your own. If you're thinking about relocating, that would be a good idea. And just getting away from the chaos for a while because they're too dependent on her. I get very much that they're too dependent on her.
Yeah.
So,
And they've always been because she's been a strong person.
Yeah.
So it's like they're drawn to her strength.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
It's
they're
like a
zapping her
moth.
strength.
and she
To a
is a
flame.
very helpful person. She's a mama, she's a mama bear. Like, I want to help this person and this person and this person. And you can't do it. You
No.
have to pull back and say no sometimes.
I
And
want
that's,
you gotta do
it's
that.
hard for her too.
It is.
Because even when she's praying for the whole entire family.
Yeah.
And that's a heavy weight to be like, I'm gonna pray for everybody and hope that everybody's situation gets through. But sometimes you have to step back and say, well, I prayed for you. Now you have to take the action steps, just like I have to take the action steps. I can't make moves for everybody. And she's doing way too much.
Exactly. And while you're at it, folks, don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow button. And don't forget, if you're in the Phoenix metro anyway, if you're in the Phoenix metro area, next Saturday, we will be at Scottsdale and Shay at Missy's Mysteries. It'll be Julie, Susan, and myself doing readings, so join us there.
Let's see, which is
Alrighty then,
Whatever.
next
She
in
can
line,
just
let's see
shut
what
that
else we have here. We have blessings and highly favored. Said hello everyone, hope all is well and safe because we are all always truly blessed every second of the day. A to the men.
All right.
Aho.
I like-
Aho.
But in all that, did she have a question?
Hey, anybody turns love on this, right?
Exactly.
Joshua says, hey, I just got an alert. You're on. Am I late? You're never late, Joshua.
You're never
late
late.
when we've gone off the air. That's good. So you are not late today. Good afternoon, says Shelly. Hello, Shelly.
Hello,
Shelly,
Shelley.
we missed you. We were hoping you would come by today as well.
Yes.
And we ate good, let me tell
Yeah,
you.
you did.
we did.
Everything was good.
Marianne Murphy says, do you have a message for me, please? Thank you. But she did not clarify what she wanted. Marianne, do you have a specific question in
Did
mind?
she have somebody like female pass in the last couple of years, like a mother, grandmother figure?
Marianne, that was for you. Do you have a mother, grandmother figure who passed in the last couple of years, she said?
Because I think that's who she wants to get a message from.
Serenity of Winds, oh my God, the Charmed Trio.
Hello, people.
Wow.
Hello,
Thank
people.
you.
Keep
Love
us in
that.
touch. And you know I'm watching Charmed all the way through. I'm on season 7.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm on season
Never
7.
seen it.
I love it.
Never seen it.
I love
Never
it.
seen
It is
it.
so good.
I'm like,
You know what? I'm surprised you would
Right?
watch it. It is so you. It is
It is-
so
I was gonna say,
never
you.
watched it.
You should watch it. It's on Prime Video. Like if you
Okay.
have, it's on
I do have
Prime.
Prime.
The whole series is on Prime.
So mother, sister, grandmother, mother, somebody maternal passing.
Did she
She's
respond?
not responding, so I
Okay.
don't know if she's still here. She must have came and left. I don't know.
Well, immediately when you said her name, I got her on a bicycle on a tightrope. Like she's up in the air on a tightrope.
Trying to
and
balance
she's trying
a
to
lot.
balance. She's very much out of sync. And there's a fear of failure. There's a fear that she's about to lose her balance and tip either way, and she's afraid to look down. But they're saying you don't need to look down. Your higher power is higher, not lower. So you should be looking up anyway, and you'll be guided across. Like she sees the journey as in, like, have you guys ever seen Poltergeist? And you remember when she's getting ready to go down that hall, and the hall is about maybe this far away,
But it just
but
goes,
then it looks
Oh, yeah.
extremely long. So to her journey looks extremely long, like she has a long way to go. But honestly, they're saying if you look up to your higher power, to your strength, to your to whoever you pray to, your journey is not that long. You're just not seeing it because of your pain in the situation. I do get an ache in my left arm, so it would be that would be a maternal, the mom's maternal side too. So you probably are right, Sherry. She didn't respond, but there probably is a female energy that is here for her who wants to comfort her.
Mhm.
I get they really just want to
wanna
comfort her.
And
I don't see that they have a message except for you can do it. Like
yeah,
you are
like
capable.
you're
You're strong
got
enough. She just is bit down in the pain. She's looking down, and the fear of being up so high. Like, because if you're on a tightrope, you're high up and you're looking down, and if that's not your expertise or your skill set to have, you're afraid. But they're saying, look up. You'll notice that the distance is not that far, and that it'll be a much easier road to ride, and you'll balance easier. And they actually show they actually show her. It's a distortion in what she's seeing, because if she was concentrating on her higher power, she'd realize she's on level ground. She's not necessarily on a tightrope trying to balance. She's on level ground. So that's what I got for her. but she's not responding. So
No responding.
that was a great read.
Yeah, Julie, or you could-
I've got chakra issues. Your throat and your heart chakra, they're scratchy together. You need to clear that out, so they're working together instead of not connected correctly. Also, with your solar plexus and your sacral
Never seen that.
chakras are. It's confusion. It's a little bit of anxiety in there. They're not sure which way to go. Why am I not strong? Why am I not focused? Basically, you need to balance yourself. Get yourself some amethyst, some clear crystal, whichever one that is close, and just meditate with it, because both of those will balance all of your chakras out. And the more I talk, the scratchier my heart chakra gets. So definitely work on that. Do some heart chakra cleansing affirmations. Affirmations work all the time. We use them all the time around here, don't we, ladies?
Hello.
Every day.
Every day, and they do work.
Every day.
I believe in infinite abundance. My wants and needs are always met.
I am
That's
enough.
the first one. I am loved.
I am loved.
I radiate unconditional
Unconditional
love. I accept unconditional love. I'm trying to think of the word all of a sudden. I know I radiate, but I attract unconditional love, and I attract strong and healthy relationships. Those are always helpful for your heart chakra.
While you were talking about her chakras, and I don't really visualize the chakras, but you know the exercise that Tina would have us to do with the plates.
Yeah, I was
Hers are
doing
all
this
spinning
plate.
out of control.
Yeah,
They're out of
like,
control, and it's
yeah.
like strings are popping and busting everywhere because she is just. But I got the Chariot card, but she's moving too fast. She's going way too
Which
fast,
is
and so she's way out of
I
alignment.
just saw that as a heart.
But what
it's
you
the
said
top.
before about
Yeah.
balance, she has.
Oh yeah, that is true. Like that little spinning top in there, that's her. Like they're all out of control. None of her chakras seem to be right. And I'm not really into chakras like that. And she's just moving too fast. She feels like they're pulling her along versus her controlling it. And that's the problem. She's not in control of the situation right now. She's allowing the situation to overwhelm her, but that's because she's not focusing.
Nothing
Brenda
back
says
from the
hello
moon.
from Houston.
Hello,
Hi,
Brenda.
Brenda.
Justina says hello. Marijuana Ivanovich says hello.
I remember her or that marijuana person. We did a reading for them a while ago.
And then Kay asked a question, but Kay, you already asked this question. So I don't know why you're asking again. It's a great question, but it was great the first time you asked and not the second time you asked. And Kay's question was, and I'll repeat it because it is a good question. What contributions did my ancestors make before I was born to ensure future generational success? Which of course you've already asked that. So
Can I?
Oh my gosh.
Is she Celtic? Like is of the island, like in that region? Because I don't know who Kay is.
neither do we.
So,
Kay,
you know,
do you
I
have
just-
any idea of your ancestry? Or are you still here, Kay? That's a
Are
good
you still
question.
here, Kay?
Immediately when you said her name, I got the like a mom with her hand on the hip doing like this. Like I've told you, like this is something I've repeated to you over and over and over again. You're asking the same thing because you don't like the response. You want a direct connect. Like she wants a roadmap from them and say, oh, we left you a treasure here in Atlanta. We left you a treasure here in South Carolina. Like she wants them to identify the treasures that are given to them instead of pulling on the abilities that she's receiving from them. Like it's one thing to be like, oh, you know, like to know my grandmother put salt outside her door, to put this, to do all these things, but you're pulling from the strength. You want to know, oh, my grandmother wants to give me money. Where did she leave the money? She's telling you how to use your abilities to get what you need, or your intuitive, your gut feeling. Like she's not honing into that because she wants it to be a direct something that comes from them where they tell her what to do every day. And that's just not what it is. It's a connection. It's a link. It's a using your abilities, and she's not doing that.
So when I was asking that, I which is irony because we were talking about this last night, but I got an image of a leprechaun, which is in Celtic Irish traditions, they were bonded at a point like millions or thousands of years ago, and so the leprechaun stays with that family and protects. It's a very protective thing, but they're also tricksters. So they're not going to lead you directly to what you seek. They're going to guide you and protect you to get there. So that's kind of what I was getting is like your ancestors are there. They're there to guide you, but they're not there to hand you, like Angie said, the direct roadmap. They're not here to lay your path out. Like everything you make is your decision and you can change it at any time.
What exactly was the question? How did she word it?
What contributions did her ancestors make?
Oh, okay.
And I remember you guys' response was, it's about what you, contributions you made in the here and now. What?
Keena back here parking
Keena.
lot reading. She won't get on camera, but she back here reading because it's done bubbled up in her soul. Looking at her like, this you, universe. But I get that it's her intuition. Like she's not using that gut feeling, that connection. Like if you tap into that feeling, you'll get everything you need. Like we're feeding it into you, but you're not tapping in because you're thinking it's gonna come another way.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be a visual thing or it's gonna be some words spoken or a dream that just plays through your whole life. And they're like, no, it's along the way. Decisions you make. Listen, what they say on Twilight, Alice's dreams are subjective. Once somebody makes a decision, it changes this and it changes that. So as she makes decisions, they'll still feed into her, but she doesn't want that. She wants to be a puppet in a show that they're just walking
Right, like
her
a
along.
marionette.
Yeah.
Right. And you're not a marionette.
Now, what were you saying back your parking lot?
Nothing. I was just saying that she is the contribution that they left here on this earth, and so it's up to her to decide what she now wants to leave. Because a lot lately this year with Kamora graduating, that's in my mind, and I always hear it's not about what you put into the world, it's about who you raise. Like I constantly hear that being repeated to me as Kamora, and she's in her last year of high school, and then she's going out into the world. I'm thinking, wow, what am I going to do after this? My whole life, like that's been my life for the last 18 years. What am I going to do next? And they keep saying it's not what you do or what you put into the world, it's who you raise. And so it's how I raised her. And so she has to think about how her family raised her and what they want to do, what she wants to do with that. That's what keeps coming from me.
I'd like to request a sea change. Can we put Julie in the
Don't forget, folks, at the bottom of the screen is the QR code to get yourselves connected to the various readers. So this one is for Julie. So open up your phone, put the camera on, put on that QR code, snap it, and hit. When you go to YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe.
Hello, people. Hit the subscribe button or it was all for nothing.
Exactly. And then also, if you hit the notification buttons, the notification buttons will tell you when we go live. If you're looking for Angie's is, I'm working on it right now. Here we go. There we go. Angie's coming up on the screen, the same thing. This is Angie's. Now, Sherry, I'm going to have to work on yours because
I don't know.
you have a YouTube page?
I do have a YouTube page.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Then I
I don't know what the QR code is.
Oh, Donna, make it for you.
I am like the
Take
most
Google over here, make it for you. Sure,
tech
don't
savvy
worry.
person ever. You sit me in front of software and show me how to use an accounting software and stuff. And I can
Exactly.
do that. But anything else, I'm like, plug
This
it
is
in.
fun. Who's next? Listen, let me tell y'all something else.
YouTube channel.
Sherry Beery.
The food that we had today was so delicious, y'all. I'm just telling
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Miss Susan brought this cheesecake over that I really would have slapped somebody's mama. Not my own because she would slap me back. But I'm just saying I would have slapped somebody's mama. That cake was good.
I don't know that.
And Cynthia made this
This
crumb
crumb
cake.
cake?
Oh my
Oh my.
gosh.
I took a
It
bite
was
of yours.
So good. And it wasn't even overly sweet. It was so good.
No, it was
Yes.
so good.
It was moist.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was so good. Yes. It was. I thought that was just me.
No,
I
yours
was
was
She just made before she came here. So
Yeah.
Oh, it was
She said
so
it's better
good.
the next day I'm taking some.
Oh, it was good. It was definitely
Yeah, I
good,
want to
yes.
take some too.
And I ain't gonna say nothing about that chicken and waffles that Don, Miss Susan
Oh.
made. Susan made the waffles and Don made the chicken. Hello, somebody. I am full right now. Just food everywhere.
I told him it was better than Lolo's.
It was. Oh, it was. It
was,
was
yeah.
good. It was very good.
Excellent.
And I live next door to
And
Lolo's.
then Ed made me these delicious drinks right here. Praise the Lord, people.
Sandra Lee says, may I have a reading? I feel as if I've hit a wall in my job search.
Oh my gosh, they literally showed me her crashing into a wall
Yeah.
and bouncing off a wall in a toy car. but they're saying you're on the wrong road.
Yeah,
you're going in
like-
the wrong direction. She's
Yeah.
I don't even feel like she's following the money though. I don't know
Yeah,
what
she
your,
says I was
is it a
let go-
loyalty?
She says I was let go a year ago, and since then, it seems that every step I take forward, I get kicked in the face 10 steps back.
So,
When will this run and back that of bad luck end?
okay, so my question is, I'm seeing a resume. So,
Sandra Belize, this is for you, so listen up. Sandra Bales?
Velas?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I saw the resume. Like, there's issues with the resume. So if you can get somebody to redo your resume, I couldn't get a job for a long time. I actually had to dumb down my resume to get a job, which is completely stupid. But that's what the first thing I saw was like resume with a big X through it. So there's something going on with your resume. And then I also learned when you're trying to get a job at one place, don't use the same resume. You have to kind of tweak it, adjust it for that
I have five different
specific.
copies, five
Yeah.
different versions of my resume.
So some of us, we get stuck with our resumes, and have somebody look at it. If you can afford a professional resume company, or if you have awesome tribe, have them look at it.
She also is in a defeated state when she applies.
Mhm.
When she goes into it, there's a desperation, there's a defeat. Because I kept saying, give me one card for her, and they just kept showing me five of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. Like there's a defeat, there's a loss before she even starts. What is
What
that?
is that?
Self-acceptance. Yeah.
Self-acceptance.
She's already defeated herself before she starts. And they're showing me that she may need to set the mood. Burn a candle, like do a green candle. Green is for prosperity, is for abundance, or yellow.
Yellow.
Yellow for me
Yeah.
is also that
Yeah.
calming feeling. So I would say light a candle before you get ready to do it. Set a whole mood, get your coffee or whatever it is that you drink. When you get ready to do it, and then get yourself in that mindset, like probably watch something funny or listen to some music that'll give you an upbeat spirit. And then when you go into the situation, it's a change in mindset. I'm looking for something. I have a power. I have a purpose. I am ready for it. It's all in your mindset. If you're
Yeah.
defeated when you start to look for it, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to draw in the jobs that are the same, that are going to give you the same atmosphere, the same energy, the same disappointment. If you go in with a different attitude, then you'll get it. Like I said, I was at American Express 3 times. And not until that third time, after y'all all know about my PayPal moment where I went to PayPal and it was awful. So the third time that I went back to American Express, it was totally different. It was a totally different vibe. It was more upbeat. I loved everything. And now they probably have to look, they're going to have to come. They're going to have to use Jesus to come get me out of here. I ain't leaving. But you have to change your mindset. And that was 3 different times. The first 2 times I left with a bitter taste in my mouth. I didn't leave in a huff. I didn't leave, in a bad way. I did everything the proper way. So I was always there's something about her not speaking up too, because my
Right.
throat keeps getting
Yeah.
caught.
Yeah.
There's something about her not speaking up or being timid. Like I feel like when she goes to her interviews, she fumbles over her words, or she gets caught up, and she's very knowledgeable in whatever it is that she does,
Mhm.
but she
Yeah.
doesn't have confidence in what she knows or what she does.
Every-
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like her past job may have been very, very harsh on them, or very harsh on her. And so she has a very defeated spirit. And so she just needs to change the whole atmosphere. Maybe even leave her house when she goes to apply. Like go to the library and get a whole different atmosphere, and then start applying. And I think she'll do something better. And stop applying for the lower tier. Go apply for some higher stuff. Like always apply for stuff that's a little out of your league, because you never know. They may see something in you that you don't see in you, and then just roll with it. I did get the 6 of Swords for her. So for me, that's that transition. She's still in the chaotic stage, so she hasn't transitioned, and her boat is moving really, really slow. And as a matter of fact, they showed me the guy really, really trying to dig her out. She's in the rocks. Like she's really, really stuck on the rocks and then the rough waters. Well, she's stuck on the rocks. So that's where he is. She's stuck, like she said, for a year. So he's digging, like on this card, he's trying to navigate her out, but he's really stuck in the rocks. So when she gets out of the rocks, then that's going to be that turbulence of the interview process. And then she'll hit the smooth sailing. But
hold that
right
card
now,
one more time, because there's something more important too. That Sandra, look at that card. Look at his face. You can't see his face, but you can see his head. If you look closely, his head is focused on the destination.
Mhm.
He's rowing, getting through the moment, but he's focused on the destination, and the destination is in front of him. So he's seeing there's an end in sight. use that imagery for yourself, because that card is trying to tell you, don't get lost in the moment. Focus on the end goal, in my opinion. That's kind of what I always say.
I like that. Yeah, where you're going and what you're
Exactly.
going through. Like she's very much stuck on, oh, I've been out of work for a year. Oh, it's been this hard, and I get it. I understand that. But now they're saying it's time to move on.
Yes, and use your language. If you're saying I'll never get a job, you will never get a job.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm always going to be like, no. Please use your language. Make sure that you're not putting yourself in the space where you are giving yourself negative affirmations, and then those negative affirmations wind up becoming reality. So please don't do that.
I'm sorry. I know you guys want to go. I remember a lady who was looking for a job, and she got all of her work clothes out and moved them from the back of the closet to a hanging rack to say, these are my work clothes. I don't have a job. I don't have an interview, but I'm going to put all my work clothes out so the universe knows that I'm ready. They know that I'm ready to take that step. And it was just that, which was a change in attitude to say, hey, I'm ready for an interview. I'm ready for whatever. And it really helped out because she had them all packed away and in the back of the closet, like they were, I don't need these right now. I don't have a job. And as soon as she made that little change, it really, really helped.
I truly believe when you send a message out to the universe and say, no more, I'm changing, that change takes place. But you are the key. You are the linchpin. What you got, Sherry?
So everything I pulled for her was in reverse. So I thought that was quite interesting.
Oh, it is.
Yes. So we got the temperance. It's like, have patience. Have you thought about going into a different field as opposed to the field that you're currently in? And I also feel that when you lost your job a year ago, that it was like, it felt personal. Like it felt very personal for you, and it was very devastating for you. But you got to take the personal out of business. And I feel like God, everything is in reverse. So the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse, and the Three of Cups is also in reverse. So you're not celebrating the positive things out of it. So if you go back over the last year and you think about all of the good things that have happened in your life because maybe you weren't working. I know this sounds morbid, but I got injured from work. I couldn't go back to work, and I was able to stay home for about a year, and then my mom died. Had I not been out of work for that year, I wouldn't have been able to quasi make a better relationship with my mother. I'm not saying that your mom's going to die, but what I'm saying is, like, take those positive things out of what has happened for the year, and you're not looking at that. Miss Julie?
There's always nonprofits out there that can help you with your resume. And if you can't find one of them, then go to a community college or even a high school with a business department. And the kids and the teachers, professors, whatever, will enjoy looking at somebody else's and helping you fix it to way it's going to work, and way it's going to work for modern times. Because if I did my resume right now, I'd have to go to these two ladies to figure it out.
I go to him.
I go to him too. Well, always. Don's always there for us. So definitely it'll help. There was something else about your, not your chakras, but something else that was a problem. But I did get new beginnings. So first one was self-acceptance. The next one was serenity. So you've got to find your peace. You've got to bring yourself back to being happy, being peaceful, living.
That's damn right there.
Because if you're not going to move forward. You've got to get yourself back to where you belong. Okay, so that's all self-acceptance, self-love, self-care. Take care of yourself. You can't take care of anybody else until you do. And I know somebody said the other day, well, people with handicaps love a lot of people. That doesn't mean they don't love themselves in their own way, okay? So don't put them down. There's a lot of love out there, and it doesn't matter who you are. Self-love, unconditional love is very important. And spread that around too, because once you have it, you can't help but radiate it. And then the new beginnings is last. So 3 things is self-acceptance, find your peace, your serenity, and then you will start anew. what you need to be.
Sandra chimed in and she said the defeat has affected her confidence, which is what we said.
Yes.
Which we all felt that, which is wonderful. She also said, my last employer motivated us with fear, not with positivity. And so that's what you were talking about.
Yep.
We're both,
Yep.
it's like amazing. It's like, you can't live like that. And so you have to let it go, but don't let your past experiences keep you from appreciating what you have to offer and how that can carry you into the future. Now,
Did you
with
work
that
for
said,
Cheryl Davis?
Angel Wings says, I used to work for American Express and I loved, and they got rid of my position and you would have had to get dynamite to get me out. So it's what you're saying.
Oh my gosh, they are amazing. Let me tell you. I see why people have 25, 35, 45 years in there. One of the things I was going to say about that, that me and Sherry was looking at on that New Beginnings card is she's pregnant with promise. All of the flowers and stuff in there, she's pregnant.
she's
The New
pregnant
Beginnings,
with
she's
promise.
pregnant with promise. But one of the things I saw on the card that Sherry Berry put up was that you can't really see it. This is was it Three of Pentacles? Three of Cups. It's a celebration, but she can't even celebrate because she's upside down. She's so defeated. She doesn't even see the joy anywhere in her life. And the reason they kept showing me the Five of Cups in the beginning is because, and the Five of Pentacles, because she's, as horrible as the job was, she's concentrating on the loss. I lost my job. How dare, I, as bad as it was, I still lost that thing that was so horrible. You don't even see, I lost something that was so horrible.
Yeah.
I get a chance to get a new beginning. I get a new chance to celebrate. And she doesn't even see the, the good part, the two cups, the two opportunities that could be there for her. She's concentrating on, I lost my job. It was horrible. Everything about it was everything I didn't want it to be. Everything she probably prayed to get out of, she's out of it. But all she can see is that it's gone and not look at the opportunity they created. And so what they're saying is you need to get out and plan for something better, for something different. I do feel like a career change for her too. I don't feel like she should go back into that. I don't know if she's the one where I saw the education at first, like, does she want to teach something or do something like that? But I just don't feel like she definitely wants to go back to that environment. But again, it's that at the bottom of deck, she got the Three of Wands, and that's that planning. That's that looking for the things that are waiting for your ships to come in, but you haven't even planted the seeds to wait for anything to come. So that's where you need to start. She's the one we were talking about the resume, right?
Right.
So she really, one of the things I always say about resumes is whatever job I want, I go and look at examples of what's out there. Like, oh, okay, I want to be a case manager. Let me go see what a case manager resume looks like. And I look at the commonalities in the resumes or the things that I'm applying for. And if I've done that, I put that on my resume. And sometimes their wording is perfect. Again, saying that I answered phones at the front desk is different than I operated a multi-line phone system at a Fortune 500 company. It's the wording. You need to change the wording. That's a lot of problems with hers. And then I do see like the X's and the arrows on her resume.
Yep.
I feel like it needs to be proofread. Like she didn't do that. So there's a lot of little stuff. But I do see something coming for you. There's a 9, so it will be like the 9th month. I feel like, September could be a totally different change for you. And you could end the last quarter of this year in a much better state than you did before. But it's that mindset change and being around people who are a little bit more positive. Like anytime that I was having a hard time finding a job, I had old coworkers who would be like, oh, I know this person's hired, this person's hired. So sometimes it's just changing your circle of friends. If they don't inspire you to do something else, then maybe they're weighing you down. So you may need some people who give you some motivation in that way also.
Yeah. And the one thing that I'll combine 2 cards if you don't mind, and that is with Sherry's upside down patience card. That's telling you, that can also indication that the end is near because the patience is
coming to an end.
And so it's like your patience is wearing thin, but you're almost there. And that's why the new beginnings kick in from Julie's deck, which is quite important. So Sandra, take that information. Also, Sandra, remember, again, is it an obstacle or is it an opportunity? Losing the job for you seems to be an obstacle initially, but give yourself some thinking about it, like Angie said, and say, was it an obstacle or is it an opportunity to find a job that actually fits me better? And stop wearing the moniker of a person who lost a job.
A victim.
Start wearing the moniker of, I'm in the market for a good job.
Exactly.
Very different perspective. Okay, so keep that in mind. Lewis says, hello, everybody.
Hello, Lewis. We were talking about you earlier today. Like, where's Lewis?
Where's my grown ass man?
I said him and his guys are having a come to Jesus meeting.
Shawna Sellars is saying hello.
Hello,
Miss
Miss
Shawna. Only thing we needed today was that good macaroni that she made. We put it in the house.
Exactly. Bonnie's saying hello.
Hello.
And Janet.
Yes.
Janet is also saying hello. Janet Felipe from Tuesday Night.
Hey, Janet. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Janet in so long.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Miss Janet.
Welcome in all of you.
Ooh, I get a anxiety from Miss Janet deep down. I don't know if she asked a question, but I get an anxiety bubbling up in her. She's worried about.
She's worried about
something.
work.
Oh, okay, I get an anxiety from her.
I get the work.
Yeah, the grind or something that's causing her a lot of anxiety. Like there's going to be a change. Like is she afraid that she's going to lose her job, or there's just going to be massive changes or something that she's not going to like? It's something about like maybe going to a supervisor or a manager or a team that she's not going to gel with very well. Janet can be direct, but she's not always direct, is how they're presenting it to me. And I'm getting an anxiety in that. And they're showing me the 7 of wands, which is, still stand your ground. Stay who you are, stay true to who you are, no matter where they put you or where they move you around. But I do get that anxiety bubbling up in Janet when I get into her energy. And she's usually a very kind of peaceful person. She's very bubbly and stuff. And so I'm not getting that from her today. Like I'm getting a loss of words like, oh, here we are again, or she's going through something again. Like this seems to be a repeat of a cycle that she's not happy with. And it seems like as soon as she gets ready to put her sword and shield down, then again, she has to pick it up again. And she's back in that mode again, fight mode. Yeah. And so they're saying stand your ground, but I do feel like an ending is coming.
Sandra Lee says thank you, by the way.
Oh,
welcome.
Good.
Thank you all. And then Crystal Billings says hello, and Crystal S says hello. Her phone's getting ready to die, so she has to leave, but she wanted to say hello.
Oh, okay.
LMT says hello, and she says, Angie, good to see you back on the readings again.
Oh, yeah.
And Heidi. Hey, Heidi, where were you today?
Oh, my gosh,
Heidi.
Yeah. Oh, my
Heidi.
gosh. We had a good
Where's
time.
everybody?
That's all right. You'll see all the pictures. Don has 75 of them.
Is that it?
Exactly. And when you see them, make sure you see Jesus looking down on us. Like, y'all don't know what they was doing today.
I like how he's holding his head, too.
Exactly.
He's like,
Lord, just look at him. Listen, I'm telling y'all.
Lord bless the child, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's when we first got him, he was on the cross. But after a few years dealing with me, he's like,
He done sat down off the cross and was like, what is going on in this house?
I know, he started on the cross.
He had to come down and sit down. Listen, when y'all see the pictures online, y'all gonna know exactly what we're talking about. It's so funny because that was the first thing I saw. Is literally Jesus is sitting like this on the edge of his fireplace.
Has it come to this?
He still got his crown of thorns on, but he can't believe how ridiculous we are.
Exactly. Sandra Perez, welcome in, first timer. Good to see you.
Hey, Sandra, you got something that you for Sandra, balloons immediately came up. I get a celebration for her. She didn't ask the question, but I immediately got balloons on a celebration, some kind of joyous occasion, maybe a birthday party for a little child. I get a little boy or somebody's birthday is coming up, and she's going to be celebrating pretty soon. It'll bring some joy back to her life. I feel like she's had a hard road for a while, and this is a gathering and a celebration that will give her a little bit of joy. Because I see them cutting the cake, and it's something about breaking the cake or breaking the bread and bringing the family back together that she'll like. It'll be like it's a big celebration because I hear a lot of kids. I see a lot of kids like jump, like yelling and screaming and having a good time at a party or a celebration. And then they're showing me the 3 of Cups, which is again that celebration card. And then the 4 of Wands, which is a reunion. So I feel like there's going to be family members reuniting. And then they're saying, don't worry about work. Everything you need is coming to you. Like, I feel like there's a little push and pull at work too. And they're saying everything you need is coming to you. You'll be okay with work. Just ask. Like, I don't feel like she's speaking up. She's not asking for what she needs. And they're saying, just ask. So that's what I got. What was her name? Sandra? Sandra? Yeah. So I don't know if you guys had anything for her, but that's it.
I just got, you're very balanced in your giving and receiving. There are a few blocks in it, but the positive is outweighing any of the negative in any of the blocks. So you're good to go, and keep that positive outlook in receiving and giving, and it'll help you out quite a bit.
And to Luna Terra, thank you so much for popping in. We love your behavior. And so this is for you.
Hello, I like this.
To your resume is equivalent to mine. Hush.
Bye, y'all.
And really just talk about resumes too.
Exactly. For Miss Sandra, is that who we're doing? Sandra again? I got the Ace of Pentacles, and I got I feel like she's gonna get a new project or a new opportunity. Like she's gonna feel like it's
A new boyfriend.
like a demotion or something, but it's not. Or she feels like it's a move in the wrong direction, but it's kind of like a lateral move right across, but it'll be better for her. Like it'll take her to the right, which is the direction she wants to go, but it'll also take her up. Right now, I feel like there's a ceiling and there's no way for her to go up. This will allow her to go to the right, and then it'll allow her to climb up and go into different departments and get out of the area that she's in. So it's coming, but she one has to let it be known that she's willing to be available for this project and that she'll take it on. And then two, she has to be open-minded when the opportunity comes. I don't feel like she's open-minded to that.
She says, thank you. I'm going through a transformation in my life.
Yeah,
So that's confirmation of what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's coming.
All right. Anybody want to add something for Sandra, or are we good?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Who's next?
Let me see. Who is next?
I feel like we're a judge. We're a judge panel. We're just
Yeah.
we're judging you people, all of you. We know what you're
Did
doing.
I tell you I haven't had caffeine, like an energy drink, in 3 weeks?
Oh my God.
Is this your
Congratulations.
chat?
How are you alive right now?
I know.
I don't do
all I
Sober
do.
and no caffeine? Like what is
Sober
going
and no
on?
caffeine. I've been drinking mushroom coffee.
I've been drinking it
Were
too.
you
The
doing
Rise,
that?
that's me.
What
Rise,
morning?
yeah.
I have Rise.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just started it. Me and Don were on like, listen. We take all donations, Rise. We take sponsorships,
sponsorship.
because we've been talking about you, and it's really good.
It
It tastes
is.
like dirt. It literally tastes like you're
I
chewing
put-
dirt.
I
But
put
it's good.
Plant-based creamers in mine, and it doesn't taste like. And then I
I
add
put
honey.
regular French vanilla creamer in there.
Yeah, and
Listen, you look half and half. You get a little bit healthy and a little bit sugary
So
sweet.
from day one off of drinking Rise, I did not have to get an energy drink at 2:00.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
It's really
Shauna
good.
said the one she has tastes like hot chocolate.
what does she have? Does she have Rise, or does she have? mud water?
It's really good. And it tastes like,
That's because she has forced herself into believing that it tastes like dirt. It literally tastes like dirty.
It is very earthy, but does not taste like dirt.
Earthy means
You know,
dirt,
like,
people.
some people don't like beets.
like
Usually say
tea.
that too.
Yeah, beets taste like dirt.
Oh,
Exactly.
Catfish.
It's earthy, not like dirt.
Catfish tastes like dirt. Beets taste
Oh, I don't
like
do
dirt.
catfish. I can't. I grew up in the Northeast where we didn't do catfish. We were psychologically trained not
Not to eat catfish.
And when I went to the South and people were just, everybody's eating
Eat
it.
catfish?
What? Nobody eats
Oh.
catfish.
Oh, I love
You
it.
know,
I
and then
love it.
tilapia. I'm like, who eats that
I
garbage?
don't really like tilapia, but I will eat some catfish.
I would like to try your catfish because all the catfish I've ever tried just tastes like dirt.
Oh no, it's good. And you put some Old Bay. Look, Old Bay, everything.
Old Bay,
Don
everything.
found Old
Old
Bay.
Bay.
Don, how was the Old Bay? The cheddar.
Oh gosh, it was
They
so,
were
So
good.
good.
Oh,
Yes,
see?
yes,
Yes.
They
Don
were-
found Old Bay everything.
Yes, I love Obey and I do it
On French
It was better than
fries.
potato chips and popcorn.
Yep.
Ooh.
On French
Popcorn.
French
Mhm.
fries, everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. Kat Allsberg is here and she says, hi, so happy to catch you guys on. I would love a reading. At first when I read that, I kept thinking, I love reading.
Oh my
She said,
Jesus.
I would love a reading.
I was just going to be like this. Excuse me, I'll be back in a minute. How they do it in church? I'll be right back.
Exactly. I want to know why I'm so negative. She wants to know why she's so negative.
Third eye's blocked. That's the first thing I have.
Third eye block, Kat. Kat, are you still with us? Listen up. Listen up.
Go ahead, Julie.
Go, Julie, go.
I'm feeling your third eye. First thing I felt was your third eye was blocked. As far as anything else, I mean, it's like there's pressure behind your eyes, sinuses. It's just not good in there. Your crown wants to receive stuff, but it has nowhere to send it. So that's why you're negative. The crown's not happy either because of that. It's kind of got a buildup of downloads. I've got ear heaviness as well. I'm just going to keep going and see what else we got. Your heart is heavy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the throat, it's sludgy. It's like you're not what you don't want to speak your truth. You don't want to speak your authenticity. You just, you're just sitting there. What
Do you get a relationship issue? Because I get a bitter pill to swallow. Like maybe there was a relationship ending and that's why she's so negative right now.
Yeah,
I get a bitter pill to
Well,
swallow, and that maybe what's blocking her from speaking. She's so devastated by what the ending was in the relationship. And that's why that's a little bit of the negativity too. She's still angry about it. She's a little bit bitter about it. It's how I kind of get some kind of relationship. If it's not a romantic relationship, then some kind of relationship left a bitter taste in her mouth.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit angry about it, and she can't seem to get out of that energy because she won't express like you said, she won't express how she feels either way, frustrated or whatever. She's just bottling it up and letting it go. And I'm getting, just write it out, write a letter to whoever it was that did this to you. You can burn it, you can keep it, you can do whatever, but you need to get those emotions out. She's holding them back and she's not letting them in. And so even though I feel like she knows the truth of the situation, because I got this high priestess card, I feel like she knows the truth of the situation, but she doesn't know how to speak it. And so rather than just like, because I feel like once she unleashes, she's afraid of if she unleashes it, she's just going to be, you know what I'm saying? She's going to be boss to the wall. It's just going to be over. And so she's trying to maintain her control. But what I'm getting is just go ahead and write that out or do whatever you need to do to express it, burn it, give it back to the universe and give yourself that peace. But it's tearing her up.
So I got an image of somebody on their knees, like either going, why me? Either waiting for the manna for heaven, or the rain is on them and they're just like, why am I the one stuck in the rain? And instead of being why me, say that, speak your truth, write it down, write it down. It's yours. It's your view of the situation, and it's nobody else's view of any situation. It's your experiences and what you went through, and you have every right to feel the way you do, but feel it and be okay with it, be comfortable in that negativity, and then find the positive in it.
That is definitely her, that dragon. Once she releases this dragon that you have in this Knight of Pentacles, she's going to be, I'm sorry, I'm all up in, listen, I'm on, I'm playing her bingo cards over here. This is her. She's gonna unleash it. It's gonna be
But
crazy.
then I have the Six of Wands, which is, they're writing into triumph. They're writing into victory. So, have that battle, let that fury out, feel that anger, feel that rage. It's okay. It's normal. It's okay to have those feelings. And as women, we're all taught like, oh, you can't feel like that. You're not allowed to have those feelings. You have to be passive.
My guys, God, Jesus, Abraham, Michael, Joseph, Jude, all of them. Everybody up in there know how I feel. Every time I feel it, they be like, Lord, here she goes.
Here she go.
I'm just saying, you need to know. Yeah. Jesus, you need to know. I am unhappy.
It's okay to be angry. Anger comes from fear, frustration, and hurt, a combination or one of those feelings. And I'll be damned if it's not okay to feel them. Feel it, but know that there's an end to it and that you'll get through it. But if you just hold it in, and like Julie said, if you hold it in and you're not allowing yourself to see it or feel it or get through that emotion, then you're stuck in it.
Because it's like hot anger, that steam from the hot anger is blocking. That's what the blocking is. She's so on fire and burning up on the inside, it's smoking out the eye that she can't get the clarity.
So it's okay. I mean, go get shit-faced drunk if that's what you do. That's your thing. I don't drink. Go get shit-faced drunk and puke it all out. I mean, whatever it takes. Bring a buddy if you drink.
Or write it out.
Or write it out and burn it. Whatever you gotta do.
Just write it out.
Drinker.
Oh yeah, she can burn it. Yeah, she can do that. Or go to a rage room. They have rooms where you can pay to just tear stuff up. Go to a rage room. But whatever it is, you need to let it out because it's really, really
and don't be
chipping away.
Afraid of it. I mean, it's anger is something that, like I said, you're afraid to release that. Like,
And it's a frustration that things
Yeah.
didn't turn out the way that you want. And so you have multiple levels of anger. Your higher power, you're mad at yourself for allowing you to get in that situation, the person who did whatever it is that they did to you, and the situation at all. So you have all these levels of anger and you're not working through any of them because you're trying to be this person that everybody sees, this person that smiles all the time, or this person that's peaceful. And sometimes you need to work it out on your own. A lot of times I work out my rage in my head so that I don't have to work it out in real life. And so you work those things out in your head, or you have that moment on a piece of paper where you just say everything you want to say, and again, throw it away, burn it. It's about to be a new moon. These are your new
Yes.
intentions. Go ahead and release all that stuff, and then set your intentions for the new moon as to what you want to draw in. You're negative, then that's what you say. How do I get from here, a place of negativity, to a place of positivity?
so the other thing we need to ask is, when was the last time you took your shoes off and walked across the grass?
Oh, true.
You know, when was
Oh,
the
you did say
last-
she wasn't grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the last time you grounded yourself, or just sat in the moment and just and took in what it was? So I think that's super important.
And I don't like Wild Kingdom, so I just have to put on these bracelets right here. You know, like I got the one lava rock bracelet with the chakra colors on there, and then I got this other black obsidian. And so all of those are things that help ward off evil, and they help to absorb some of that stuff. And so if you're not a person who wants to like take a salt bath or do all of those things, just get a bracelet. You know, sometimes that really, really helps. Go to one of your local shops. I got this from our local shop. And again, it helps me. Like the last couple of days, I felt like put it on. You need that extra grounding, and
You
that'll
always
help you
need
too.
extra.
Exactly.
You are extra.
Exactly.
And Kat
So
said she's
extra.
taking notes, and she's written letters and burned them. And then she says, "Oh shit, I've gotten Knight of Pentacles so many times in the last 6 months."
But also, she's not being honest in her letters
Yeah,
either. I
she
think
needs
she's
to be
still being a little
brutally-
bit
brutally
prim and
honest.
proper in her.
Nobody's
August.
gonna read
I
those.
can't believe that they did this to me. Listen, it looked like Andrew Dice Prey was on my journal. 'Cause
Yes,
there's so many
right.
cuss words, F-bombs, and Lord, listen, wait till I see you outside. You need to be honest there. Like the Lord, you don't need to protect your higher power from anything. They have the shoulders to bear it.
They know
I
you.
don't know
And
your
they know
anger.
you.
Have you ever read the book of Job? Have you ever read his story? Job was not letting God, Job was saying what he had to say. What did he say? You can just take my whole birthday and take it off the map. If you go do me like this, and just go ahead and take my whole birthday off the map. Like that's what I'm saying. People don't understand. They say that they're this or that, or that they believe in this, but do you actually read the parts of it? When I read Job, I was like, do you hear what he's saying?
Did you see where David was talking about wanting them people's kids to die?
Yes, like it's okay to
Or like
say
his
it.
journal.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to be able to, God is strong enough to shoulder the burden of whatever you're saying. And if you can't be real with your God and yourself, then who are you going to be real with? You're holding on to stuff. So you're writing this stuff, but you're still not being honest. Listen, don't read my journal till I die, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Because
and
if
when
you read
you-
it now, you're gonna be like, oh my God, and she is
When you do
crazy.
that journaling, it's for yourself. It's
Yeah.
not for anybody else to read. It's yours. And you know, you could write, I hate the way my children behave.
Yeah.
I do
Be
that
brutally
daily.
honest.
I hate my
Be
child.
brutally honest about whatever it is, because she's still bottled up when she's writing. There may be a
Yeah.
little bit of anger, but she's not saying fully what she wants to say. And they're saying, be brutally honest. God can shoulder the pain.
Yeah, she says, "Thank you. I keep working on getting it out. I'm very ashamed of my anger.
Do
It's
not
been
be
destructive.
ashamed.
It's not good,"
Girl,
she
call
said.
me.
And she said, "I walk barefoot all the time in my backyard, but I'll be intentional about grounding."
Mhm.
See, and that's what she was saying. Like women have been told that, that they're not supposed to act a certain way. So you have a shame with your anger. That's another layer of weight that's on you. Just express it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's how you express it. Don't go out and crash into something or destroy somebody else's property. It's all in how you release the anger, but you have to release it, or it's just gonna eat you up. When Don first said your name, I saw the devil. That anger, that pessimism, that
Like the devil.
addiction, all of that negativity that you're holding on to, and you're just letting it eat you alive. It's just like eating up your insides. And they're saying, just express it. Don't be ashamed of it. It's a natural thing. We're human. Everybody wants to be the spiritual part and not the human part. The human part of me can't take it. Come on, parking lot.
No, I was just thinking.
Oh, I thought you was about to say.
No, two things can be true at once.
It can be.
Yes.
I am furious that I had to go through this. but then also realize that it's making me a better person.
Yes.
So you have to look at that
And it
know
is-
that
it-
there are two things that can
Like that job opportunity situation. It's like, yeah, I lost my job.
Yes.
I hate the situation, I lost my job, but it
But-
opens up an opportunity for me to find a better job that fits me better. So two things at once. It was a terrible
And
thing,
I've
but it's a
also
good
been
thing.
praying to get out of this situation. I just don't like the way God got me out of it. Well,
Right.
okay, you're out of it now.
It's
Move
like-
forward.
I wanted money and you walk by the penny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Money. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody.
Pennies from heaven.
Exactly.
I wanted money, but I walked by a penny because it wasn't enough. Like,
bite the penny.
oh
I
no.
don't bite it.
Hello, Karen Fisher. Nice to see you, and Corinne. Nice to see you.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, we haven't seen her in class in a long time. She has a
I know.
scheduling conflict.
I know. I miss
Christine Lemnick says, hello, beautiful ladies. How are you doing? Can I get on your free list, please? Christine, please send us a question because if you don't ask, we answer questions.
She has a love question, and I got
Oh,
he
oh, oh.
is not ready for that level of commitment. I get a 7 of Swords also. So if it's a relationship question, I don't get that he's ready for that level of commitment that she's ready for. And there's a little bit of deception on his part. Like he may not be being honest about his true feelings or his true intentions in the situation. I'd rather you tell me up front whatever it is and then just, let me decide than to string me along, having me think something. And so I feel like she has a love question and they're saying, no, she's not available. She's not ready.
Also, Kat says, y'all are amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Kat, for
welcome.
the confirmation.
What were you saying, Miss Julie?
I'm feeling her crown chakra is just lighted and focusing in on the divine. So he's not in her wavelength right now, her vibration. She's going for spiritual growth.
Is this Christine or is this Kat? This
Christine.
is
Here's Christine.
This is the lady we were just reading. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Christine.
just
Yeah.
making sure I'm keeping track.
The new one, yeah. The new
I get
one.
lost in my own mind sometimes. She says, "What is the situation with Stephen?" So you guys are right. Is it
Oh,
relationship?
exactly. It had. I got a guy immediately.
Yeah.
It was a romance question, and he's not ready for the level of
He's-
commitment that she's won.
You might be psychic.
I might be
You
psychic.
might be psychic.
And it was a love. Look, what I tell you, I'm the
I
Rumer
love
love.
it.
Rumer love. She didn't even ask it. I was like, oh, look, my energy went like blah blah blah. Everything in me just died. I was like, well, just say it. Oh my God, let me just.
When you said that, I was like, "Wait a minute,
Oh my goodness, I felt it. Like, oh my goodness, that's what it was. Like,
Don't focus on him. What, is Paco in?
yeah, he's right here.
Oh my goodness, I haven't seen him all day.
Here he is, tiny as ever. I thought he was bigger than that.
He's a little guy.
Oh my. But yes,
Sorry.
Steve is not ready for you, Miss Cat. Just go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
And it's
Or
your
whatever her
spirit-
name was.
Christine?
Yeah, Christine.
Yeah, he's not ready for that level of commitment. I got it immediately. Is those her cards, Miss?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
spiritual growth and soulmate, he's not anywhere near
Yeah.
either one of these. So.
No.
She
He's here
is.
for a good time, not
Not
a long time. Exactly.
Mr. Good Time.
Yeah, I just got
Is the time? Well,
the 2 of Wands, and then we end with the 9 of
I was focused on
Wands.
Wands.
There's controversy and conflict.
Mm, that
And for
nine
her
of
to,
wands.
yeah, and for her,
Sorry.
she's losing patience with the situation.
Oh yeah. We're reading Sherry's cards because she got that 9
Okay.
of wands. She's over it.
Yeah,
And she knows his past his expiration date,
Right.
but she knew coming in that he wasn't ready for the level of commitment she was. I feel like as soon as she meets somebody, she immediately goes down that path of everything it could be. Oh, this could be the father of my child. This could be my husband. This could be my lifelong companion. Instead of just seeing where it is, she takes it all the way to the max. And then when they're not ready for it,
Focus on
she
this,
questions
not
what's
that.
the problem. Yeah, spiritual growth. Yeah.
You
You'll
focus
attract
on
the
you.
light that you emit. Yeah.
Don't focus on somebody who's not worthy, right?
Oh, and that listening card. Oh,
listen to your gut.
yeah.
Listen to
too.
your heart.
Oh, is she praying? Is
No,
that
she's looking
her?
at this other angel. Look.
Oh, because it felt like it was like this, like she was doing the hands like that, and that listening thing. I feel like she's just pleading and not listening to what she already knows to be true. Yeah, like they're looking down on her like, here we go again. Stephen, Todd, Joseph, whatever.
Mary Jo, Jim Bob.
Exactly. Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Super. Well then, who's next? Or is anybody else going to be first?
No,
Before
I concur.
No,
concur. Oh, okay. Occur.
that love reading came right on through. Surprise!
Told
I'm here.
you,
Just
love
love.
reading.
Exactly.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Uh
Y'all don't want to see that one on the lines.
Kind of want to now that you mention it.
So it says here, fiction or fiction is the name of the person. I like the name. It says, hi, I just came across your channel. Do you have any information about my business surviving? The person's name is Chris.
I gotta know on that, but
I did too.
immediately I gotta know. But I feel like you're doing it for the wrong reasons. I don't feel the passion in it. Is it something with like a YouTube channel or something? Like I feel like it's media or something like that, and I just don't feel like you're committed to it, or it's your passion, or it's what you want to do.
It's
the end thing or something now. Like you're doing a fad thing. You're not actually doing what you should be, what your passion is, and so. No, I don't see it surviving. If you make it December, it'll be the ending of it, but you'll start anew. You need to do exactly what it is that you like or whatever your passion is, and that's the problem. This isn't your passion. That's why it's not working out for you. It's a lot more red tape and struggle. Like they showed me you in a straight jacket trying to get through the red tape, and it's just really, really hard to get out of it. And at this point, you're really just doing it. Like kind of just going through the motions of it. I don't get a positive outcome for it.
Yeah, I get like the basic business plan or what you have in mind for your business is not going to work. So it's like I see a hamster running on a wheel and you're not getting traction. And because you're not gaining the traction that you need, that it's going nowhere until you change that business plan or what you're working on for your business. Then no, I don't see it as being successful. But I don't see that you want to put the effort into changing the business plan either.
Exactly. You know what? I got that 3 of Pentacles, and I feel like you don't want to work with somebody, but you need to work with somebody who has a little bit more knowledge. So the opportunities come in. So the first thing I got was the Ace of Cups. There's emotions tied to it. Like you're really, really dead set on doing this on your own, and you're not necessarily that you're doing a horrible job. You just are knowledgeable enough in it to get what you need, and you need that partnership with someone who has a little bit more knowledge of it. And this just doesn't seem like your area to me. I'm not getting a positive vibe on it being your area of expertise.
I swear. For some reason, everything I'm pulling today is reversed. Everything.
Answer for you. Oh.
Yeah, the first one I got was surrender and release. That's what you need to do with this business, is surrender it and release it, so you can start anew. And answered prayers, that's the next one I got for you. So pray, set your intentions. Today is the Venus star point, and it's all about intentions for the next 8 years. So
8 years.
Yeah,
That's
for 8
too many
years.
years. That's too much of a commitment for me.
Well, it's what you want to focus on, the intentions for the next 8 years. It's an 8-year cycle. So, I mean,
It's like
if you
getting
have
married.
time to even write down some of what your intentions are, but like Angie said, you want to do what you're passionate about, not just something for fad, because fads come and go. And it might have lasted quite a while now, but that doesn't mean it's going to last for the next 20 years, and you need to have income. So
I don't get any excitement, any joy from it. It's just like time to make the donuts. Like I'm just getting up and doing what I'm supposed to do. Oh, retreat. Yeah. Oh, all of those are just pull back, let go. Yeah.
yeah,
You know, and the surrender, it's interesting because that surrender and release card was the don't be afraid to walk away in my opinion too.
Right.
It's like you
8 of Cups. Feels like 8 of Cups.
You kind of knew the answer.
Yeah.
All we're doing is giving confirmation. But
Yeah.
this is another one of those two sides. You don't want to let it go. But if it wasn't meant for you, this is blocking you from something greater for you.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you have to let go to be able to move on.
and you've learned lessons from this, and you're going to continue to learn lessons from this. So take those lessons learned and utilize them for the next venture that you're on.
One of the lessons I feel like you learned is to do what you like. This wasn't your passion, you know? Like it took me working at a law office for 6 years to realize I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. And so now I want to go a different way. I could have just forced myself to go to law school to become a lawyer to be unhappy, but I saw that that wasn't what I wanted to do after working for an attorney for 6 years. And so you have to decide what you want to do and then move forward. What Keita say? Decide what you want and reject everything else that doesn't look like that. And so I feel like whatever this business is, it isn't what you want to be. It's like, you know, and I'm not saying this is the family business, but that you know how your parents or whoever wants you to do the family business, and that's just not what you want. Like you want to go and do something else and they want you to run the farm and you're like, no, that's not what I want to do. Do what makes you happy, because otherwise it's always going to feel like a heavy road.
He said, thank you. I started the store with a family member and they backed out. So I've been struggling to keep something going that was their dream. It's profitable, and that's why I've been trying to keep it. So that kind of explains it's like, again, it wasn't even a dream. You even said.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. It didn't feel like he had any passion in it at all.
Yeah, so he just confirmed that. So yeah, it's time. You know, the best time to sell a business is when it's making
Making
money.
money. Yep.
Exactly.
So when you say, is this the right time? The best time to sell is when you're making money. If you're losing money, nobody wants to buy. But if you're making money and you can show it, then they can get financing. They can get other opportunities there. And believe me, people will buy a going concern that is successful. So if you are saying you're making money and you're doing well, then if you really want to move on, this is the time to do it. Don't wait until you start falling behind because you're not excited and therefore you're not invested. Because if you're not invested, it'll eventually turn and you will not make money because again, it's not your dream. So if you're getting out, this is the time to get out while you're making
Money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or can you transition it
Wrong.
into what you want? Can you transition it into something else? Like, okay, if you have a brick and mortar or you have whatever, can you transition it into something else
Mhm.
and make it, you don't have to totally sell, or if like weigh your options. That's what you need to be doing. A pro and con list. If I sell it, these are my options. Boom, 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 boom. If I transition it into something else, these are my options. Like, what do I have to invest into it to get it from what it is now to what I want it to be? So you have a lot of options and opportunities. It's just which way are you going to look at it at? Like right now, it's a burden. That's how they see it now as a burden. So you either sell it and give it to somebody else who really wants it, or you transition it into something else that you really, really want.
Exactly. Donette Williams says, how generous and kind of you ladies to donate your gift and your time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
How generous of you to like, subscribe, comment, and share on every last one of our pages.
Every
There's
one of
12.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
That's your thank you. Go ahead and subscribe.
Crystal Billings says, my relationship is at an end. We are still living together, but it is really toxic. So I'm wondering, do you see our living situation changing? Come on, Crystal. Crystal, my love. You need to ask the question because as soon as I did, you knew what the answer was. But I'll let the ladies go with that.
So she says, do I see her living situation? Like, does she think the Lord just go pack her up and move her somewhere else? Like, the only way change happens is if you initiate it. You prayed for it, you wanted to know there's a fear. I feel like she's the breadwinner, and even if it's not by much, maybe she's the person that has a little bit more of the money. I feel like she feels obligated to this person, even though she's not happy with that person. But also, there's a fear in, can I do it on my own? And they're saying, yeah, you can do it on your own. This is what you're asking for. Just go ahead and move forward on it and stop being afraid. They're showing me the full card. Just go. Just cut your losses and go. When I left my relationship, my long-term relationship, when I left with a whole bunch of debt. I left with I wanted to be out of there so bad. I left all the furniture, everything that we shared together. And when I moved into my new place, I had nothing except for our clothes and pictures and stuff that go on the wall. I left everything and just moved on. And over this time, I built on. And so it's what you decide. Is your peace sitting in your own space alone, maybe without all the furnishings and things that you want, or is it staying in that place that's comfortable but emotionally toxic, as you're saying? So you decide what's your better judgment. I took that sleeping on the floor in my new apartment as my peace. It was my sanctuary, and so I left that situation that was unhappy to go to something better. And when I left everything. I was like, here, you can have everything. So that's what I'm getting. You have to make the change, be the change that you need, and just step out there and go.
What you got? What you all got?
So I do see you stuck in your own head in this situation, because I did get the Eight of Swords, but it's in reverse. So that could be coming to, that's the path that you're on. And then as the 10 of Swords, like the continued controversy of the whole thing, it's just, for me, it's time to just cut bait and run.
I love this 10 of Swords. Like, please show them that 10 of Swords. It's like bombs going off in the back. It's smoke everywhere. It's all kinds of swords everywhere. Like, this really depicts the pain that you're going through and the chaos that you're in this relationship. This is a lot of, arguing, bickering, people saying stuff about you. They're painting you in a bad light in the relationship. I like that 10 of Swords.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, and what they think about you is none of your business, by the way. But it is time for you to make that decision and get yourself out of it. So I would say cut bait and run.
Yeah.
And I feel that you have a lot of blocks in receiving. You've just shut everything down, but you're giving way too much. You're giving to the people you shouldn't be giving to. Give to yourself. It's yourself. Put yourself in number one position. Don't worry, like they said, don't worry about what other people are saying to you. Don't take it personally. It has nothing to do with you. It really has nothing to do with you. They're on their path, you're on yours, and you need to get away from this toxic situation for yourself. And there's a lot of warmth coming in right now. I don't know if there's someone here. Don, anybody feel that? Because I'm feeling a lot of heat all this
I
time.
feel heat.
It's Don's fault.
Are you getting a male energy like a dad?
Well, it's warm, very warm on the top of my head, then it goes to my left side. So I'm not sure if it's a grandfather.
I get a male energy, most definitely. They're actually kind of fussing at her, like, how could you allow yourself to get into this situation? Or, like it's.
But they're shaming her. Don't shame her.
Yeah.
No shame.
No shame. It's
a very negative. It's a male energy, but they're shocked that she would allow herself to stay in this situation.
Crystal, did your mother's father pass? Is he passed? Because this is a grandfather energy, but on the mother's side.
Yeah.
On the mother's side. So
Warm,
Crystal,
like
did your
just reading.
my dad passed 3 years ago? So she's saying her dad passed actually.
Oh, it feels very much like a
But
male.
I'm getting grandfather, not father. But I'm getting grandfather on the mother's side. Is your grandfather on your mother's side still here? Because I'm getting he passed, and I'm figuring that's the energy I'm getting. Yes, my mom's dad is passed as well. Okay. Yeah, because that's the energy I'm thinking.
And Sherry Berry got my left side, which
I'm
is
like,
the mom's side.
Exactly.
I go, she's so warm right here.
And they're hot about it. Like, this is a
Yeah.
fiery person who speaks their
very
mind
fiery.
and can't believe that you would allow yourself to put,
You know, it's interesting
to
because-
stay in a situation.
Yeah, and the energy I'm getting, it's like he's saying, I would not want your mother to do that. So why would you think I would want that for you?
Yeah.
Right.
It's one of those things of he's more determined than any. Yeah, he's not happy. Get moving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's time to move, my dear.
Yeah,
It's
move
time
it,
to
move it.
move.
Yeah.
Move it. Yeah.
And
so-
I think that like the reasoning is, and I like there's a lease there's a bond, there's a lease, there's a contract that's tying you into this position, but there are ways to get out of apartment leases or get somebody off of a lease. And there are advocacy groups for tenant landlord stuff. So you can go to one of those groups and say,
Or domestic violence. When you said tenant landlord, I heard domestic violence.
violence.
So
Yeah.
if that's your
kind of
situation.
funny. I got domestic violence.
Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah.
Also, you have to make the steps. Do you know how much you can afford in an apartment? Do you know how much money you need to be able to make all of your ends meet each month? Like it's like you want somebody to just pluck you up out of that situation, put you in a whole nother situation and make all the decisions for you. This is your opportunity to have a new start and to blaze your own trail, whichever way with lessons. You have information now that you didn't have before, and you could go ahead and move forward. And I'm hearing ask, like your grandfather was like, why didn't you ask? Like there's resources we can give to you. There's money that we can send to you. Because I do feel like it's a bit of a money situation too.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like her ancestors, or at least her grandfather, or whoever this male is saying, hey, we can provide you the money. We can provide you how to get to those situations if you just ask. Like, I feel like there's a fear in even asking her higher power.
Yeah, I think there's a pride. I get a
Mhm.
pride situation, and also
And a
a little
shame.
bit of a little bit of shame is like, it didn't work out the way I wanted. I'm a little bit too proud, and I think that needs to, you need to put that aside, because and I think by him coming in, he's also letting you know you're not alone. You may think you're alone, you're not alone, and he'll be there with you. Not only him, he's not alone, but here he's alone with us. But I think there's more energy there than you can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
So the people that passed over have not deserted you. They're there
Yes.
in support of you.
It's like they're pulling my left arm, trying to get me out of the situation.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like,
funny because like
very
her whole side here is hot. Like she's radiating heat right
Mhm.
now. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was warm, but now I'm
Yeah, and it's funny, you guys, you're out there, you don't really understand it. Sometimes you can't understand it until you experience it. And then when you experience it, you're like, holy crap, it is real. Because when the spirits come in, they affect everybody differently. Like if I get an older woman come in, usually she brings me down, cold wise. I get cold. Everybody else heats me up big time, and that's the way most people work.
Mhm.
And you got the heat.
I got the
Julie
heat.
felt the heat. I mean, it's just.
I get it's the passion in him though, the anger that's burning, or the frustration in why won't you ask for help? Why won't you reach out to people who can help you? That's where that may be some of the heat too. Like they're just upset.
he's worried, yeah.
No, and then the time that I filled in for Angie on a Wednesday night and you got a reading, I got so hot I was sweating and I was like, I don't have hot flashes. What's wrong? What is wrong with me?
Yeah, you're an individual summer, right?
Yeah, I was like, holy
Don brings
moly.
the
And
heat,
Don
he
brings
brings in
the
the dead
heat. Yeah,
people.
he
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
I was like, I've never experienced that before. That was it's
She says she hates asking for help, which is exactly
Yes.
what she said.
Yeah.
And she also said that, yes, you guys are 100% right.
Yeah.
So,
so there is domestic violence then because I felt it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's what she's
And
empowering.
and in that case, there are organizations out there that can definitely help you. And even if it's not physical, it's still emotional, mental.
Oh my gosh, that could sometimes be worse
financial.
than, physical.
There's also financial domestic violence. I mean, so there are organizations out there, and there are now laws that HUD has put into place that says if you are a victim of domestic violence, that you can get out of your lease, and there's certain steps. I don't know what.
But I still get that she loves this person. She still loves this person, and she doesn't want to hurt them, even though they're inflicting this pain on
They're
her.
an
She's not working,
asshole.
and she's been having her mom to help her. So she's a single mom. And that's another.
Why can't she go move with her mom?
Yeah, can't you move it? Why can't you move in your mom's?
Get away. You've got
Yeah,
it.
that could be your stepping stone.
And
to
don't
move
worry
with your
about that
mom.
other person. They're on their path.
Yeah.
You are on yours. You've
I
got to
also
take
feel
care
like
of
they're a
your
block to you
you.
getting new employment or getting to where you want or what you want. Like I feel
So the
like
baby's young, though, right? The baby's young.
She says that no physical, just emotional and verbal and
Yeah.
mental abuse.
Yeah.
But that I tell you.
And
what,
financial. There's
Crystal,
financial.
Yeah, but Crystal, please, when you say that, don't say
just.
Believe me, we all say at the same time. Lord knows, because it rang through each of us. That emotional, verbal, and mental abuse can be sometimes more debilitating
Mhm.
than a broken arm. And I hate to say it that way.
A broken
but I'm telling you,
nose.
Exactly.
Get
You
that.
can get those things can heal, but sometimes those emotional scars, they are running deeper. So don't say just, because I'm telling you, they are equal, if not worse, because of the long-term damage they can do and the psychological work you need to do to get through them. So don't downplay. Don't downplay that somebody did that to you, because any abuse is abuse.
So
Any abuse.
I am a survivor of domestic violence,
Mhm.
and I can tell you that there's a pattern to it. There's a thing to it. So this person has broken you down spiritually and emotionally and mentally and psychologically to where you feel as if that you can't do anything without them because they put you in that place, and they make you feel like they are the only person that you can possibly love. Like you can't get through it. That is still abuse.
Mhm.
That is still abuse. Mine was physical, mental, and emotional and financial. but it's still abuse. And there are people out there who understand, know, and your choice. And when people talk about, oh, well, I don't know the dude's name, so I'm just going to say Johnny Be Good. He's such an asshole. Well, then you take it personally, like, oh my God, you don't like my choices. It wasn't your choice. Johnny Be Good did not walk up to you and say, hi, I'm Johnny Be Good, and I'm going to be your new abuser.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
you don't know that. So it's quit beating yourself up for this.
Now, Christine, you offered one other piece of information, and I'm gonna share it with our folks here. And it says, my mom has health issues and lives 30 minutes from me, so it's too far, and so only has 2-bedroom, and I have 2 kids, so it's too much for her. Let me help you with this. If you're not working, how's it too far? Too far for what?
Right. I'm like, you ain't going to no job.
What? Exactly. And 2
And you're-
bedrooms, you know what? When we were
All
kids,
3 of you be in there together.
exactly. When we were kids, we lived in the smallest of places, and guess what? We survived.
And
So, Christine, I'm sorry with those. I'm getting more
Obstacles.
excuses because it's like, again, sometimes we want to
Oh,
move
it's a
forward,
cake.
but we find reasons why. No justifications here, Christine. And I'm not saying this. Is
And
right.
also,
I'm
do
just
you
saying
want
it's
your
not.
children to live in that environment?
Yeah.
I don't want to be in that toxic environment with my kids. I would have packed up and moved with my mama in a minute, but also it motivates you. Sometimes, okay, there's 3 of us in this second bedroom, me and my 2 children, but that's my motivation. That's why I need to go to work. That's why I need to find a job, get my hustle, get myself in order, pull myself together. In the situation I'm in now, like you're really allowing your children to be under this kind of mental abuse, because if he's mentally abusive to you, then he's probably and he's just tearing them down. So you're just building another generation of people who are being torn down. So I would definitely try to go, or what's the problem with finding a job? Like why? Listen, every place I go is hiring. Every place I go is hiring.
You know what? I think I may have screwed up a little bit because there's 2 Christine. Are we doing Christine or Crystal?
I don't know.
you're in charge.
Christine, I think it's Christine.
Who is the one
We're doing
that's having?
Christine, right? Because we did Crystal already, or what?
I don't think we did
Crystal B
a.
already.
I know we did a
Crystal Williams,
Christine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're doing Christine.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, because Crystal's responding to it. I'm following her thinking, what am I doing? Okay, I'm confused.
If you're both having these issues, then you both need to get help. I mean,
Listen.
Just
it does happen.
understand that there are organizations and groups out there
And
that-
the kids about to go back to school, so you can work at least 8 to 5, 8 to
that
3 or
are
4.
that are there, and nobody wants to go into a shelter, but there's also programs to get you out of shelter
If Crystal
too.
says, yeah, I have a job. I think that's the wrong person. Yeah, I got confused. My bad. Danette Williams said, I've been through all abuses as well. The physical leaves scars and they heal in time, but the emotional scars and mental scars, and then it just popped on. Sorry, let me get back here. The emotional, mental scars and financial. Hang on.
Yeah.
So that's
Yep.
kind of what we were
Me too.
saying. So yeah. Well, Crystal and Christine, I wish you both well.
I feel like she
Make
really
sure
needs
you
to
move forward.
reach out to a domestic violence group.
Yes.
That'll give her options. I don't feel like she knows her options. She feels like she's caged in, because I see her in a box, just kind of bent over, bearing the brunt of the pain and the misery that she's going through. But I feel like if she contacts somebody, she'll see her options, and it'll open her eyes and be like, oh, well, I never even knew that was there.
Right. So
Like-
then my other question, because I'm hearing barriers. Well, my mom is 30 minutes away, but didn't you just say that your mom was helping you a lot? So if your mom's disabled and lives 30 minutes away, does that mean your disabled mom is getting in her vehicle and driving to you to help you? So why are you creating barriers for yourself when your mom's taking those barriers out of her own way to come help
That
you?
was for Christine, but I don't know if that's Christine or Crystal.
Yeah, that
And-
that is true.
You know,
too.
I mean, so like your mom wants to help you. And I understand that, where you don't want to go to your mom because you're like, I'm a failure. You're not a failure.
So Crystal, the one we were reading, her confidence is low, but her mom lives downstairs. So she already lives with them.
oh yeah, she's good.
Okay, but who's the one that mom
That
lives
was
30?
Christine.
Okay.
That's
Christine.
That's when I did the
But
cross.
That's the one
Okay,
we're reading.
I'm
is
all-
That's the
Christine. We're reading
grandfather.
Christine. I don't know what's going on, Christine.
And then, yeah.
That's the mom's
I
dad
lost
came
myself.
in, right? The
I'm
mom's
We're all
dad
lost.
came in.
I'm lost.
Okay.
And the worst part is I didn't put the question up on the screen, so I'm like,
Okay.
screwed. Well, to both of you, we send love, light, and blessings.
Yes.
That's for sure,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
and
yes.
so, but no, there are always ways out of it. Angels Will Fly is here. So-
Hey,
Angels.
Hey, Angel, nice to see you. Let's see. who
Triple
is
threat.
next?
Charmed ones.
And LMT says, I think we also need to be careful when dispensing advice. Someone being abused is not as capable to just do what seems obvious. Why it's an abusive situation. Absolutely. Yeah, we get that. We totally get that. But at the same time, when somebody asks for advice, we tend to give what we hear from spirit ourselves.
I mean, if you're asking, then you're at least in that mindset of
Yeah.
thinking and knowing that it's time to go. You have a rational thought about it. She didn't ask how she could stay in the relationship. She wanted to know
How she could get out.
How she could get out.
And then
If
she
I'm-
shares the blocks that she feels are there, but they're not.
Right.
They're not
So,
the
and I
blocks.
think that domestic violence group will help her to
Mhm.
change that mindset.
We have a very interesting question, which I love the fact that it came, and it says it's LMT, random question, none. But any sense that recent disasters in Hawaii, especially Maui, are in response to native peoples and lands have been exploited and very recently taken over by wealth, not honoring the ohana?
Yes.
I like that question. It's a very deep one.
It is the earth is cleansing herself. That came to me a few days ago that she's cleansing herself and it's not the end.
No, I don't. I think that
It'll be
there's
Armageddon.
other things going to happen and pop out. So.
And I didn't hear that it's going to be in Hawaii next time. It's going to be somewhere cold is what I heard. Because to me, when it happened in Hawaii, which is paradise, it should never happen in paradise. And that's the way we feel about it. So I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't know why it happened. I just know that it's cleansing. The earth has said she's cleansing herself. It reminds me of George Carlin. For those of you who are a little too young to know who George.
Oh, I know who George. I do. I know. I
used to
yeah.
love
I
his
like
7
to.
words
I
you
like
can't
to.
say.
See? Yep.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck,
Okay,
yeah,
you
I'm
guys
fuck-
are too young. Okay, but he said that
Your shit, my stuff.
the earth will shrug us off when she's done.
Yep.
With us and start
He
again.
was a prophet. I don't care. He was just
Yes.
comedy
Yes.
to prophesize.
Yes.
And
was a
I
great
think they
man.
killed him.
I mean, but every
Wow, I
living
didn't
thing
think
is
about
going to
that.
rebel against it eventually. Like at
Yeah.
some point, you're going to say, this is too much. Like with COVID. Look, like
Yeah.
when we were in the throes of COVID and we were at home, did you see how clear they were saying the smog was going away, how we
Mhm.
reduced our footprint? It was totally different. That 2 years that we were, stuck at home or that we were whatever, it was the earth cleansing itself. Like so many things were
Resetting
different.
itself.
And then we came back full force again. We didn't really change too much. We came full force back again. And so the earth is going to continue to cleanse itself. And so, yeah, I do agree that is some of it, or that could be the degree of what is going on with it. I don't get any direct information, but the image that they gave me was that of the COVID situation. Like the earth saying, okay, we keep trying to warn you, okay, this is what it is, this is the next thing. And it's not a punishment, I think, to any specific person or anything.
No.
It's just the earth saying, hey, we can't take no more, this is it. And so that's how I feel like it is.
Tanya, are you still here? I was just typing that, but now I'm saying it.
Who is it?
Tanya, are you still here? Tanya says, good day to you all. Appreciate your time and energy. If I could get advice from guides, please, if possible, send me all my love. Any messages from her guides to
The first thing I heard was, what are you waiting for? Like, I
Oh,
feel
that's
like you're
funny.
just sitting somewhere waiting on somebody to do the work for you. They're like, just move. Like, you want to start this journey, well, take the first step. Like, you have to take a step, you have to move forward. I feel like this person isn't moving forward. They are,
Funny.
like most of us are waiting, or the way that we've taught, I'm waiting on the Lord. I'm waiting on God to tell me. I'm waiting on direction. And they're saying, just take a step. That's kind of how I get it. It's like, you're not moving. You're just standing. I get the hangman.
So I got this stop waiting. So it was like stop waiting, and then you're like they're just sitting stagnant
Yeah.
and waiting for somebody to come and drag them out instead of doing the not that you're not doing any work for it. It's like you're just kind of like, well, maybe I'll scramble the eggs over here, but I'm waiting for the chicken to hatch some more.
And when we say do something, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out. It could be making a list. It could be setting an intention. It could be changing a mindset. It could be starting to say an affirmation. There's so many mental things that you could do that gets the ball rolling before you even do any physical things. Like, does the universe even know what you want and how to move you forward? Your guides are saying, what are you waiting on? What do you want us to work on? We're here to help you. We're not here to live your life for you. We've lived our life. We're trying to help you live yours. So how do you want to live this life, and how can we help you to accomplish that? So you're waiting on us to give you information. Well, what is it that you want me to do? Well, what if they want you to be a nun? Is that what you really want to do? Me and my guys will have to have a talk if they tell me to be a nun. So that's what I got for, is it Tanya?
Tanya, yeah.
Yeah,
So is it none as in can't get none, don't want none, or does it mean ain't gonna get none?
Both. All of the you going without.
Yeah, and
Prayer is your new best friend.
I just got the stop waiting. Like, stop waiting for the shoe to fall. Stop waiting for it. Like, make the shoe fall.
Yeah.
Throw the shoe over the roof. You know. What about you?
Create
Mr.
the
Lee?
opportunity.
I feel that there's a chain around my left foot, my left ankle, and you have to break that chain. There's no reason there should be a chain there. There's no grounding on your left side, and your right side feels, your left side feels like it's chained, and there's no grounding on your right side. So you're not even connected with the earth. I don't know what your sign is as far as air or anything like that, but how do you feel about her grounding? I don't feel there's any grounding whatsoever.
I didn't get anything about grounding. I just
Okay.
got the.
Is she chaining herself to tradition? Do you kind of get that? Like, she's chaining herself to tradition. Like, that's what's holding her back. Because when you said chain, I felt like she slipped her foot right in the chain. Like, nobody put it on her. She said, let me just put this chain on and let it hold me back. It's not what I believe anymore, but it's the tradition. It's what I believe. It's what I know. Like, we always went to church, or we always, did it this way. And what they're saying is, sometimes you need to go with what feels good to you. What's the difference in you? And I don't think that she knows how to step outside of what she knows to be who she truly is. So this is definitely one of those times where you need to decide what you want and who you want to be and move toward that, regardless of what anybody else says. Like, I was getting that crackling in my throat because I feel like she won't speak her truth.
But this is your first step, because you came on this show or this live, and this is not a traditional thing. So you're going in the right direction, but you have to break that chain, because like they said, you put that chain on around you. You're the one holding yourself back. You're the only one holding yourself back. Nobody else is doing it. Traditions, to me, blow up status quo. I'm so sick and tired of status quo. There's no status quo anymore. There's a new world, a new dawn coming in. We've got to be in the forefront of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's so many opportunities and paths that she could take now that still incorporates pieces and parts of your tradition, or pieces and parts of what you already know. But the parts that don't fit, just let them go and move on. Find some other things that work for you.
We're gonna take one more question before we wear everybody out. But before we do that, Julie, you want to do the church announcements? Tell everybody when people are on, because Lord knows it's a list these days. What do we got going on?
Okay. Well, tomorrow morning we have tea time with Shawna Sellars, also known as Naturally Divine Goddess. And on Tuesday mornings with Susan and Julie, that would be me. We will be on at 8:00 in the morning. Okay, back to Shawna. Sorry, she's on around 7:00-ish Mountain Time. That's Phoenix time. Eastern time would be 10:00-ish, and we mean ish on that, not exactly at 10:00. So if you don't see her 10:00 Eastern time, she'll be on soon. But watch tea time. If you miss tea time, go back and watch it. It's very important stuff for everyone.
And if I could interrupt 1 second, for the ladies on here who have dealt with abuse, Shawna made an amazing video. I'm going to put the QR code, and that's why I'm interrupting you, because it just came to my head while I'm doing QR codes. Shawna did an amazing video about abuse and dealing with abuse and working through it and so forth. And here it is. It's called Victim Mentality. So you may want to, oh, I can't do, I'm used to, I'm letting you on camera. There you go. You may want
It's
to
right there.
look at this video when we're done.
Go there.
Go ahead and click
I don't
on
know
it
where
and
my
link
arm
to
is
it or whatever
going.
before we're done, because this is victim mentality, channeled message for that situation. So go ahead, Julie, go ahead and finish.
Okay, so back
Thanks.
at Tuesday, it's Susan and Julie at 8 o'clock in the morning. On Wednesday mornings, we have Ask the Angels with Bonnie and Julie, and that's at 10 o'clock in the morning. And Wednesday evening, we have Sonoran Mystic Tarot, or Dawn, and A5 Says, Angie, at, is it 5 or 6, guys?
Six-ish.
Six-ish. Ish. Again, another ish, so be prepared for that. And then on Thursday mornings, it's Dawn with Sonoran Mystic Tarot and Shawna Sellars with Naturally Divine Goddess at 10-ish Eastern Time. That's Thursday morning. That's always a fun one. On Friday, it is,
We do have a Friday now. So we do have a Friday now.
yes, we do have a
See,
Friday now.
I'm just so buried in work, I don't even
Oh,
know.
dear. We have a Friday at 9 o'clock a.m. and that is the Gabriel Project with Scott Underwood and myself. And have we gotten a Saturday yet? Not
No.
officially?
No.
Okay.
No, they're working on it.
And then we're back on Sundays. Sunday Fun Day.
With Angie A5 Says and Sherry Berry, these two right here.
There you go. There you go. And it's interesting. We had an amazing woman come on, JB something. I can't remember her name. Anyway, she introduced things. She talked about the thing. We introduced things to a topic, and then she went with, and she sent us to a website. So I'm putting that in the QR code. Again, I'm doing this. Thank you, because the QR code right there. And if you have a chance, go check this out. You can find your animal number. You can find your other numbers, and you can find things that tell you, like when you buy a house, with your number based on your date of birth and time of birth and stuff, what direction your door should face for success, for love, and all this.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it's amazing how it's a great site, and I got
Oh,
lost the other day in it. So check it out. It is an amazing site, but don't do it until you leave our thing, because you need to be watching that.
Be
As
here in the
well-
Like, share, comment,
I
subscribe.
was gonna
Like,
say,
share,
send
comment,
comments
subscribe.
also. We need to be doing the like, share. Exactly. And then, finally, our last question of the day. Let me find the question, because I don't even have it. Who is the last question? What would it be? Somebody cue one up.
If it's love, I'm gonna fall off this chair. I'm
Don't.
gonna fall off the chair.
The
We was
next
doing
William
good.
says, I just need to know about my situation.
It's love.
Will I get justice, or is it too late? Ohana is family.
Ohana is family.
Yes. Will I get justice?
Like, not, okay,
Danetta, are you still here, by the way? Let us know, confirm if you are still here, so we can maybe walk through this.
I think justice has, and it's just me,
She wants somebody to get karma.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her justice is like one thing, and then there's your divine justice, like, and then hers, I think, is more of like, and I don't mean to, it's more vengeful.
Exactly. She wants somebody to get karma.
Yeah.
Are they gonna get what they did? They did what they did to me. Are they gonna get?
And
So
so-
justice to her is, are they gonna get pushed down the hill?
Yeah. So I think that word is very subjective in what justice really is.
Wow. She says, yeah, she's still here. Danetta, can you, Danetta, can you, when you talk about justice, are you talking about justice as in just and right, or are you talking about revenge?
I feel like it's revenge because I feel like if it was like a legal situation or something like that, she would have spoke on it. It's a relationship situation that I feel like she was done wrong, whether it's romantic or a family or friendship situation. She wants to know if this person is going to get their just desserts for what they did to her. Like, am I going to see them fall? Oh, look at that conflict on that Five of Swords. Yeah, and she's pretty mad about it.
She's pretty, yeah.
It's court.
Yeah.
Is it a
like the
divorce?
court.
Because it feels it's a very emotional situation. She's
Mhm.
her emotions are very high. She wants this person to lose in this situation. But I get more of a relationship thing. I don't get so if it's not a divorce or something like that, it's very personal. It's very tied to her emotions. She's high on the darker side of the emotions is how I got it.
Is this a property question or a maybe a child support question? Because I'm getting something about economics, and so it's like property or economics as a child or a support. Does it fit one of those categories?
Is it too late? She said, "Is it too late?" So I'm like, "Why would you say is it too late?"
We're already divorced. So again, this was
Very emotional. And
Yeah.
did he already remarry, or did this
Yeah,
person
there's
already
something-
remarry? Yeah.
Yes, he owes me a lot of money. Yeah, so that's what I thought. That's the economics. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not. So you're asking.
And you
if
can
get
even-
an outcome that is just, and so you're not looking at revenge. Then is that that's where we're following that, or is there still a little bit of that? You know, he moved on too quickly.
And I'm like, here's my experience. I mean, I've taken my ex to court. He owes me $80,000. The kid's dad owes me over $80,000. Like, we're gonna party when I get it. But you know, just because you have the judgment doesn't mean they pay. So expect that also.
You gotta redo it every 10 years.
She wants to stick it to this person. I get a pitchfork, and she's just poking. You know, that's where it is. She's very vengeful in this situation.
Yeah.
She feels like in the grand scheme of it all, where does your peace lie? Is it worth the battle that you're going through, or do you just want to move on and find something better? You could be holding up your new relationship or your new opportunity or your new wealth or whatever it is by holding on to this anger for this situation. You can't even let go of what you're so wound up about to receive what's new because you're so focused on the anger. You're so focused on this situation when everything you want could be over here, just not the way that you see it. You feel like it's going to come through revenge when it could come through a totally different opportunity.
She says he owes me a lot of money and I need it desperately. I have moved on, but he rendered me homeless. Yeah. But you know, the one thing I would tell you is I'm an attorney, so I tell all my clients, you can't count money you don't have. If it's
Exactly.
not in your bank account,
Yeah.
don't count it. So he may owe it to you, but do
But he
not
doesn't-
count it. Don't. It has
doesn't
no
not there.
value.
And is it worth the fight? Is it detrimental to your financial situation to keep fighting? Are you
What
going to
you
get
get,
anything?
Truly.
What I'm getting is that she's emerging. She needs to get out of the muck that she's put herself in. It's a standstill with, I need this, I need this. Yes, I understand you need this, and I'm not putting that down. But you need to emerge out of that mess that you are in and go forward. But calling Archangel Michael to help you sever all cords with this person. And again, this is not about money. This is about you emerging out of the mess that you're in, that some of it you put yourself in because you keep thinking about the money, but you've moved on. That's great. But have Archangel Michael sever the cords with the ex, and then focus on you. Okay, focus on you and what you need for your family. I assume there's kids. Does anybody feel that? Maybe one
I don't know.
or
I just know she says I do. I have to have it in my old age and then in my retirement. But you're not old now. And again, Danetta, the one thing is don't count money you don't have.
Yeah.
And
It's
if,
like,
if you don't have it now, how in the world? Again, you can push for it. Don't get me wrong. Push for it, fight for it. But don't be counting those dollar bills until they hit your account. because the reality is that it's like I won the lottery. I can say that, and I have a lottery in my hand, but it doesn't have numbers on it. It doesn't have any value until the money shows in your account. So please,
Right.
Danetta, I totally know she has 2 kids. Yes,
That's
so
what I got,
again,
was
yeah,
2.
it's your retirement money, yes, whatever, but you're not retired yet. You can make the money, but most importantly, if you allow this thing to keep eating you, you will not find your way forward. And so, yeah, the economics, deal with the economics, but also deal with the progression. And stop.
So you're not gonna work, you're not gonna do nothing the whole time while you waiting on this money. You just go keep waiting on the money forever. Is that
And
what we're
and just
getting?
because you get, like I said, I've had judgments against my kid's dad, a few of them, and the courts have given me money that I didn't even ask for, and it's just sitting there in a judgment.
Yeah.
Like he owes me X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, I'm never gonna see it, like
Yeah.
ever. I mean,
I can remember filing for unemployment a long time. Like, we had a situation. I ended up losing my job because we had a family situation that was going on. So I could have just sat there and been like, well, I'm going to wait for unemployment to give me my money. I needed money. I went and found another job. You have to find another job. I can't just sit and wait. They owe me money. They owe me money. Yeah, they owe me money, but I have needs right now that need to be met. And so in the meantime, while I'm waiting on you to give me whatever it is that I may not ever get, I need to make money. I need to take care of the things that are here right now. So I hope that you're not just sitting there waiting on this settlement saying like, oh, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to do anything until I get this settlement, because it could be a long.
She says she does work
Oh, that's good.
Good.
That's good.
I was going to say, because it could be a long, cold, hard winter waiting on that money.
Yeah.
And I just don't see any end in sight. And I also don't see a positive outcome on it myself. I don't see you getting nearly as much as you think you're going to get, and I don't see you getting it anytime soon. Like it seems like it's going to be a long, hard
She says she
struggle.
has a judgment, and it's like you're saying, you have a judgment. What's the value? It's a piece of
it's
paper.
a piece of paper.
It's a piece of paper, and you have to, in the county, it's gonna be valued in the county. So if he sells a car, there'll be the county will get part of their money to give to you. If you sell a house, but it sounds like he probably doesn't have a house to sell. And so again, until the money comes, do not count it. You know, I mean, I totally get you want it, and you may have a right to it, and the court said you had a right to it, but you can't count what you ain't got.
Right.
So if it's not
But release that also, because it reminds me of
Release
something
that hostility.
What was her name? The one, the female evangelist. Remember the fur coat situation, Keena? Joyce Myers. She'll say how she lost all these things, and she said, I just gave that, like in her situation, she said, I just tied that to the universe. Like that's something that I lost. That's my tie to the universe in order to get something, better back. I lost that. I lost that opportunity. I lost that money. Somebody stole a ring. Somebody stole some money. I tied that to the universe so I can get whatever it is back. And so I feel like you really have to let go of whatever is holding you to this. Like you don't have to actively fight and have the anger and resentment toward it, but you can release yourself from it so that you can look at a totally different opportunity, and lo and behold, it might just come up, like surprise, here's $5,000, or surprise, this person won a windfall and now I get my money.
Yeah.
Don't hold yourself laser focused on that.
Right.
It'll be better when. It'll be better when you focus on something else.
Rejoice if received, but don't depend on it. And it's like when you loan money to family. They say loan. I'm like, you know what?
You're giving
When
it.
I get it back, I'll be surprised. I'll take it, but generally speaking, I'm not going to go after it because I probably ain't getting it.
Right.
The right way to say, can you help me out?
Yeah.
Can you give me a loan? Never gonna repay it, no matter what. But
And I like that focus card, because that's exactly what we're saying. Where are you focusing?
And it should be on you,
Mm-hmm.
your children, and you're moving forward.
But it's interesting, Danetta, you say it's over 100,000 and he has it. If he had it and you have an attorney, then the attorney should have been able to disgorge it through the court. So apparently, there's a miscommunication between what you think he has and what your attorney has been able to prove he has. Because if it was proven to the court that he had that money and there is a judgment, the court can disgorge that money to get it to you. So again, I think it's no attorney. I think no.
You got $100,000 judgment?
And you don't have an attorney, and then you're wondering why you don't get more.
Wow.
Okay.
For you to get a judgment, of $100,000, we're just saying that number, I don't know exactly. Without an attorney, you did great, but if you had an attorney, you would have done better. Just saying. If he has the money, I'm just saying.
If you can afford an attorney, because if an attorney is going after a judgment, if you hire an attorney to go after a judgment, that attorney is going to take a little bit out for himself. This is a different kind of law, and that attorney will generally charge you a percentage to do it if they recover. And so, your attorney quit on you. Okay, now we're going down some kind of rabbit hole here. Something is not lining up.
I keep getting the word entitlement.
Yeah. Who's gonna quit on $100,000 judgment? Like
Yeah,
there's
nobody.
something there's
I
okay.
mean-
The drama? Could it be me? Don't do it. No, don't do it. No.
So,
I'm a star. I'm just listen. I can see that as like, oh my gosh, don't use me like that. But look, I'm a star. Did you see me in 2 videos? That was me. I'm a star. I'm gonna take the focus eyes back on me. Two things there are me.
Well, folks, with that, it seems like we have come to.
We had a good day.
We
I like
did,
this little
guys.
trio. I like
Yeah.
this, ladies.
You
This
guys
is
had some
nice.
serious good energy amongst the group.
It was,
And
yeah.
I love being the voice from behind.
Exactly.
I
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
it was. Like we're on some mystery show where Don is reading the question.
I'm
Doom,
like,
doom, doom.
You are the next contestant on the reading is right. Come on down.
I loved it.
Don't forget, folks, before we
We
head
should
out,
do
hit that
this,
like,
like,
subscribe, and
more
follow
frequently.
buttons. We would appreciate it. And don't forget to check out folks reading on the different channels on the different times we spoke of. And I got to do my own plug. I forgot to do that. But if you want some merch, I got my logo, which is at the corner of this video, on t-shirts, as well as Major Arcana Tarot cards, which are quite fun. And you can find that on the Etsy store. Before we head out of here, I'm going to play my own commercial. Alrighty then, with that said, we are pretty much done. Anything before we go, ladies? Anything exciting to report, to share?
No.
No.
No,
Except for August 19th, this coming
August 19th.
Saturday, if you're in the Phoenix area, Julie
this
and
coming
Susan and
Saturday,
myself.
yes.
Did I say it wrong?
No.
Okay,
I wanted
good.
to make sure.
Yes, Saturday the 19th. Yes, check us out. We'll be in Scottsdale at Missy's Mysteries doing readings, private readings there. So check us out. With that said, we're out of here. Let me find something to play us out of here. I don't know what to do. We'll just do this. There we go. Adios, everybody. Bye-bye.